Our 2012 CES coverage is powered by Ford.
Welcome to Revision3 at CES. My name is Patty Norton, joined by the legendary, the man, the myth, Mark Watson, Soldier Knows Best from YouTube. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, man.
This is your second CES.
Second one, yes.
Should we explain what CES is for anybody at home who's not
just an
followed along
insane
before?
mess of geeks. A lot of crowdiness.
You take Las Vegas, which is a nightmare. You had 200,000 people, 10,000 vendors, several billion products, it seems like, a whole lot of shiny, booths are out of control. You end up with the Consumer Electronics Show, the annual gathering of the CEA, where we find out what is going to come out in consumer electronics in the next year.
Right, all the new stuff.
It's crazy. Press Day. What'd you hit yesterday at Press Day?
Press Day saw a lot of the Parrot AR drone was going to be showing here pretty soon, and just a whole bunch of TVs.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we should point out, it's kind of funny, right? Press Day seemed to start out, for me it didn't start out with LG, it started out with Intel.
Okay.
It was really funny. Intel was all about Ultrabooks.
I heard.
And they didn't want to talk about specs, right? So it was a pretty interesting idea. But let's slow down for a second and talk about somebody who's not here, right?
Okay.
So Apple's not here. Yesterday though, right? Apple's never at CES.
Never.
Second year in a row. There's a leak of a potential new Apple product hits the opening day of CES.
I saw that. Apple always seems to steal the show.
I like a little nose
Last
thumbing.
year's the Verizon iPhone. This year now it's an iPad.
And apparently, you know, it's interesting. iLounge leaked the picture. It's possible new iPad 3 or the iPhone 2S or the iPad 2.5. Specs are up at iLounge.com. But like you said a second ago, the big thing yesterday, of course, was big-ass televisions.
Yes.
Interesting one so far, Samsung's ES 8000 LED TV.
Right.
The 8000 from last year changes to the bezel, 75-inch LED flat panel from Samsung.
I like the built-in camera too, so it
Yeah.
can actually recognize who's watching the TV and customize it for that as well.
It's pretty crazy because gesture control and voice control are the big things this year. Microsoft says 10 million connects, and all of a sudden the CES is all about gesture.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of brings me to, let's see, we should probably talk about Intel, right?
Intel's very interesting. It looks like they got over 75 total new designs for Ultrabooks, which is just going to be insane year for them. So Intel's really making the big push, and they're just really super, super thin.
And start talking about gesture control. So they're actually shooting a slingshot from a Kinect-like device built into an Ultrabook, right? So he's saying it's not really about specs anymore. Nobody cares about specs. People want to know what they can do with it, what's there for me, how cheap can I get it, how's it going to help me live my life better, and it's about the future of the interface. So the big thing for Ultrabooks next year is touchscreens.
Yep.
And they're doing touchscreens demos, they're doing touchscreens gaming. They announced the Dragon folks are actually doing voice control that's going to be available through the Ultrabooks next year. And we'll talk about a couple of the Ultrabooks later on, but apparently a lot of people are going to be launching with Windows 8. If you haven't seen it yet, the Nasiski concept with a clear touch screen. So you have an Ultrabook, folds up, the touchpad is see-through. So with Windows 8, tiles are going to display through it. So you can watch what's going on, you can see events, you can read email, you can scan things.
So it basically turns into a tablet?
Yeah, it basically turns into, or like half a tablet. Just enough tablet to get by. Instant on, power savings in place. And the other thing that Muli Eden stressed was they did a lot of surveys, they talked to a lot of people, and the one negative they got about Ultrabooks, because Ultrabooks basically, they want to be like the MacBook Air, right? So the one feedback they got is people wanted bigger screens. They took that to the vendors. You talked about 75 design wins.
Yep.
50% of next year's Ultrabooks are going to be 14-inch or 15-inch screens.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So that's Press Day. Let's get over Press Day. What was your favorite thing you saw so far?
My favorite thing was, favorite thing of a lot of people, it was the Parrot AR drone version 2. So this is a remote control quadricopter that you can control with your iPhone or your Android cell phone or a tablet. And basically the difference between this one and the previous one, it's going to be a lot easier to fly. It actually has a built-in pressure sensor to monitor the air pressure. So, and it'll also use the compass inside of your phone to make sure you already know where the front is of the device. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And also a pretty cool thing too is they'll have 720p HD video camera on the front now. So you can actually stream the video straight to your device so you can see where you're flying to. A lot of people are going to be peeping in their neighbors. And also too,
people are going to hate that, man. Cool.
Yeah. And also you can record those video streams now and share them with your friends. So that'll be good for a lot of film directors and stuff like that.
It looks amazing. How much is it going to cost?
It's going to be $299 and they're expected to ship in the second quarter.
Not too bad at all.
How about you? What was yours?
Actually, a company called Sonamax. They've been doing an idea called SonaFit for a while now. It's funny, Veronica and Roger, my co-producers in Mayhem on TechZilla, actually tweeted out a picture of this, and everybody thought that these were the Sonamax Ears headphones. And these are not actually the Sonomax Ears headphones. What these are is a custom system. You buy the Sonomax headphones, or I should say earbuds, you get this box, which is this big thing inside of it. There's a tube of lube inside of this.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Well, it's ear lube, which makes it even more disgusting. You put the ear lube on the tips go into your ears, you get it so it's vertical, it's comfortable, it's nestled in there, and you squeeze these two switches down. And it inflates a bulb inside your ear. Basically, I guess cracks a couple of pieces of like composite inside of there, some sort of rubber type material. It creates an equalized pressure inside of your ear in both ears. It sets itself, you wait for 5 minutes, you look goofy as hell while you're doing it. And when you get them off, you crack off. When you get them off, you actually crack off the earbuds, you put the backs on, and you have custom molded, custom fitted earbuds you make in your home in 5 minutes. And they actually sound pretty fantastic. And you can see them up there. This is, it's kind of horrifying to realize what the inside of your ears look like as you start looking at those weird ear canal shapes. But the idea is that they can compensate for your earbud shape, your ear canal, without having to send you for a custom mold and having somebody put goop in your ears and sitting for 25 minutes and waiting to get a mold back and waiting on that. Literally 5 minutes, you're done. And these are what they call the Arabian edition. These will be coming out later this summer. This is the high-end version at $249. I believe they start at $149. Very, very nice.
Is this a one-time thing you have to do that, or every time you're ready to listen, you got to
No, you do it once. You make a custom mold once,
Okay.
you're done. They give you 14 days. If you think you screwed it up, you got like 14 days to tell them, and they'll send you another kit so you can do it right. It's pretty simple. If you can lubricate something and stuff it in your ear, I think the process of getting over that, you can have a really nice sounding set of earbuds. And they cut out a lot of background noise too, which is really nice.
That's cool. You'll need it here at CES. Another cool thing that I saw here at CES was Sony unveiled their 55-inch crystal LED HD TV, which is going to be a new thing. It has 6 million pixels in order to create the high-quality image, and it says it's going to be better than most traditional LCDs or plasma TVs as well. And also one thing too, it doesn't use the traditional backlighting, the LED backlighting that most TVs use now. Has 6 million tiny little LED lights on the front of the TV now, which is going to provide the better image. And also you pair that with a 180-degree viewing angle, and also to less than 70 watts as far as power usage. I think this may be a great alternative to OLED TVs, which are going to be pretty expensive when they first come out. Oh my goodness, and OLED TVs, it was kind of funny. Like, a few years ago, Sony comes out with an 11-inch OLED TV. Everybody forgets about OLED TV. Yeah, it was like $2,500. I think they charged for that too, so it was insane. It was crazy, yeah. It was just a little tiny thing. And then all of a sudden, yesterday morning, we knew from a few days ahead, LG brings out a 55-inch, Samsung brings out a 55-inch, and it's been interesting. There's also, we should point out, a lot of smaller stuff at CES.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You may not notice because they're not from a giant company with a big advertising budget. One of my most amusing, I think so far the most amusing product of CES for me, I'm just going to pull out part of it. This is the Genie audio bulb. Audio bulb. Audio bulb. You want music in your house? Yes. You want wireless music in your house? Yes. You don't know where to put the speakers, right? No. How about inside the bulb? That makes sense. I was looking at this and I'm like, this is insane. This is cool. This is really, and it's essentially, it's heavy. Pick it up. That's the heaviest light bulb you're ever going to hold. Yes, it is pretty heavy. Because it essentially has a full range speaker built inside of it. You have a docking base, wireless docking base. You drop your iPhone into it, drop your iPod into it, you hit play with the music, and you've got the ability to chain up to 8 of these around your house. Chain? Okay. Chains. You can have a big giant collection of lamps that sing as you walk through the house. Shipping now, $299.99. That's the Genie audio bulb. That's a cool idea. You're liking it? Makes sense. I want one. You want one? Do you want 8? I'll take 8. That's a scary concept. And then we should also talk about more notebooks out here. This is the Acer Aspire S5. There's a couple really cool things going in here. Looks like an Ultrabook. We're not going to call it an Ultrabook. 15 millimeters thin, 14-inch screen, installed on Intel Core processors, which means we have performance. It's a good looking, clean design. Keyboard feels pretty solid. You like that? It's pretty nice. Yeah. Check this out. One of the things we usually do when we get a super thin notebook is we give up ports. Well, check this out. This is the Magic Flip Key. I hit this button right here on the side. I'm going to try to do this without breaking the notebook. I hit that button on the side, and check this out. Ports will magically appear out. Did you hear that? Magic, I heard it. And we've got Thunderbolt. It's one of probably the first thing I've seen that wasn't from Apple with Thunderbolt. If you don't know what Thunderbolt is, it's a new interface, replaces USB 2.0. Think like 20 times USB 2.0 performance. Extremely fast, yeah. Yeah, your hard drive becomes the gating factor on your ability to copy files, not your interface. USB 2.0, HDMI, and it goes away.
I just love that.
I like that a lot. And I also
That's
like
cool.
the sound of the little motors in there. That may be my favorite part of that one. Dolby Home Theater built in. Available Q2 price TBA, but it's going to probably be typical for a notebook in this category. And I think that about wraps up. Anything else you're kind of excited about going on this week, Mark?
I don't know. I saw Will Smith yesterday, so I was happy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's at the Sony press conference, so that's about it. My life is done.
Justin Timberlake
Good
at
hope
Panasonic. My life is not done. It was pretty, it's kind of, do you think the celebrities help or are they just odd when they show up?
It was kind of weird on stage with him and the CEO. It was kind of weird, but I don't know.
It was funny. The other thing they had at the Panasonic demo was they brought NBC Universal out, Brandi Chastain, the Olympic soccer star, and they just said they were NBC Universal, Panasonic, bringing 200 hours of 3D HD TV from the 2012 Summer Olympics.
So 3D isn't dead.
Apparently not. At least through the summer of 2012, there will be 3D, and that's actually kind of funny. There's a lot of television vendors have been saying a lot. Basically, they've been going, "Hey, 3D, it's not dead because we said it's not dead because there's 3D Blu-rays in the Summer Olympics."
That's true.
So we'll see about fall 2012 how things are looking going into Christmas shopping season.
Yep.
YouTube.com/Soldier Knows Best.
Yep.
Mark, pleasure as always, sir. Thank you so
The
much.
pleasure's mine, man.
Let's take a moment to thank our friends at Ford who are sponsoring our coverage at CES.
No one likes the difficulty and precision needed when parallel parking. But when you use Active Park Assist feature found on the Focus, you remove the stress by using ultrasonic sensors to identify an open parking spot. Pair this with the rear view camera and the car practically parks itself for you. Nice. Doesn't get any easier than that. Hey, thanks to Ford for powering our CES coverage.
One of our other YouTube partners, Nixie Pixel, youtube.com/Nixie Pixel. Is that Leo Laporte? Can we get a camera over to Leo Laporte over here?
Stole my spotlight.
How could I say no? How could I miss the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, my partner in crime back in the screensavers. I'm going to ask
that
Leo,
cameo.
what's your favorite product of the show so far?
Oh, God, you know, that 55-inch OLED 4mm thick TV. Did you see that?
Would that be the LG or the Samsung?
I haven't seen the Samsung, but I saw the LG, and it's really awesome. It's really amazing. I'm
Leo
sorry.
Laporte,
Nixie
everyone.
Pixel, Leo
Well, I haven't
Laporte.
met you.
I'll
Nixie.
just go. It's
No,
okay.
stay here. You're
No.
much prettier. No, but that's really cool. I thought that was really cool. I just wanted to say hi. I didn't know you were on. Hi, everybody.
Tweet out that we're on
He's
live.
just doing sign language.
I just tweeted it. I took a picture. That's all I was trying to do.
He's
So-
just doing sign language. It's okay.
youtube.com/Nixie Pixel. You love the open source, you love Linux, and you've been on an Ubuntu TV hunt
Yes,
here at CES
yes.
2012.
Very excited that it was released. Very, very excited for that. I couldn't get screenshots in time, but they're definitely all over the internet, and it's really exciting stuff.
So what's Ubuntu TV doing?
It's basically rivaling Google TV, Apple TV. They have a lot of competition, but it's kind of like, you probably have an HTPC, right?
I actually have got an Apple TV and a Boxy
Oh, you get
box
all that stuff.
and a
You get all that
Roku box and a Western Digital box and a Seagate box. I have some issues
don't
with
have
set-top
Boxy?
boxes. I do. I mentioned that one.
But no Logitech review, right? That's
Right.
okay. It's $100 cheaper now. But Ubuntu TV is really awesome because it's basically like an easy way of creating an HTPC. And of course, you have open source. You're going to be able to access the cloud, which is great. Ubuntu One is the new thing. You can watch your media and all that jazz.
Are they targeting this more at, like, I'm a DIY, I'm a consumer, I'm doing this at home on an old PC, or are they gunning for, like, they want, you know, Sony or one of the big companies to pick up Ubuntu TV?
I'm not really sure. I would hope so, but I think the cool thing that I've always found about Linux is you can just put it on the dying, sad, pathetic laptops and they're still able to, like, you know, bring it out. So it's definitely pretty. The interface is gorgeous and it looks a lot like the Google TV interface. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Want to see my favorite weird accessory so far?
Oh God.
This is the IM watch, made in Italy. The Italians have the fashion, they have the flair. And this is actually an Android accessory for your Android phone. So you plug your headset into it.
Okay, okay.
It also has a tiny speaker into it, which I will not play because it is profoundly loud. And then it acts as a watch, and then you can kick through, you can go into watch mode. You can actually use it to initialized calls.
That's itty
scan
bitty.
through. It is itty bitty, and you know what?
You would look really studly around. Can it even
I don't
fit
think
around
it'll
your
actually
wrist?
fit around my wrist.
You have like lumberjack wrist. What
I
is
do
going
have.
on here?
But they've got Twitter in place, they've got Facebook in place. So if you find yourself with the most profound need to be able to watch your Twitter feed or Facebook feed in a business meeting,
How do you
and
know
you
I
can't
wanna
bring
do
your
that?
phone out, I'm just saying.
I want a necklace, like big bling, a lot of gold chain going
You probably could hang this as a necklace.
Okay.
iWatch, $299 available now. Bluetooth Android accessory for, well, mayhem.
on. You're just like, I'm just going to keep this. It's okay. Yeah.
Well, actually, I think Jim's going to take that one back. I don't have the Android action. Want to show one more thing real quick?
Okay, sure.
So cameras all over, right? Nikon's here, Canon's here, Samsung's here. Samsung did these, they've been pushing really hard to integrate Wi-Fi into cameras. I really like what they're doing. So
I love that idea as a
this
YouTuber.
is the WB850F, 21x zoom, 23 millimeter, 16.2 megapixel, 3-inch VGA monitor on the
Phew.
back.
That's a mouthful.
1080p video. You can use your phone to control the camera.
Ooh.
So you can actually adjust the zoom, compose, make your shot. What's really cool about this is it has Wi-Fi direct. So Wi-Fi is built in, log on to the network. You can back up automatically to your PC, so your video can go back after a shoot, your photos can go back, or you can actually directly upload to Facebook, auto-upload to Facebook, YouTube, Picasa, and
I
then
love
they have
that idea.
a couple of cloud
No more
services.
procrastinating for editing, just put it right up on there.
It's pretty cool.
There's video on there too, right?
Yes,
Of
1080p
course.
video,
Yeah,
and
right.
and Samsung's been doing a pretty good job, and this is a pretty
I
slick
love
camera.
Samsung.
$379 for the WB850F, and that's shipping in April 2012.
Have to make my wish list early.
It's going to be a long wish list after CES. So we have somewhere around here, I know what you want.
Oh, hello.
Speaking of wish lists,
Yes, this is the amazing, it's a little warm.
the
I'm a little
Lenovo
cold.
IdeaPad
Yoga. We have to say that in unison.
Yoga.
And guess what it can do? I have one myself that comes off, but this one's great. It has 10-finger multi-touch, all that good stuff. About 8 hours for battery. Pretty excited about that. Let's see if I can get to the Windows 8. It's set to release when Windows 8 is coming out. So let's see about that. Here is just a preview of Windows 8, the developer preview right here. And let's see. Oh, okay, so we have the glass, we have aluminum case, and yeah, it's pretty gorgeous.
and it's pretty fast.
It's only
too.
3.4 pounds. So I can definitely hold it with one hand, which I'm excited about.
Another example of an Ultrabook, moving the interface forward, integrating the touch screen. Windows 8, this is coming out with Windows 8, I think?
Yeah, so, and I think the price point is they're hoping for $11.99 or under, so pretty excited about that. And there's SSDs in there, of course. Can't go without SSDs.
And you found Fruit Ninjas, so
yeah,
I'm
I'm
probably
sorry,
doing
I'm
the rest
sorry.
of this
Excuse
alone.
me while I
Fruit
play
Ninja.
Fruit Ninja.
Show, come on, show Fruit Ninja.
So here's how skinny it is, and you can actually have the stand mode. Is it
Speaking
upside
of
down?
distracting yourself in an
Yeah.
office meeting.
It's like, excuse me, I can bend my computer in multiple different ways, so that's
Oh my
pretty much
goodness.
what's up.
Lenovo's delivering solid keyboard. It's a
Yes.
nice notebook.
Yes, it is. Oh, wide angle viewing. So
Really?
if you ever, hang out with your girlfriend, boyfriend, friends and stuff, and you have to get at the right angle to see, because it's utterly shaded, you can see it from any angle. So
Oh my
that's
goodness,
pretty
I can see
awesome.
from all the way over
Can you
here.
tell?
I can.
Oh no, what did I do?
Watch out, you're launching a Twitter feed. Close that before people find things
Excuse me, I
out.
gotta log this. All right, cool.
Samsung Note, interesting idea. Android phone, shipping later in 2012. Available internationally, finally coming out in the United States later this year on AT&T. Something we haven't really
Oh
seen,
my goodness.
not a stylus, the S Pen, which allows you to actually manipulate the screen. 256 grades of pressure sensitivity on it, so you can actually use it to draw, to
Here,
create.
let me. You
It-
can talk. I just want to do the drawing part.
It has handwriting analysis,
Uh-oh.
but it won't analyze my handwriting because nothing actually will. And that,
We'll figure out how to unlock it in about an hour and get back to you. There we
But-
go. There we go. I got it. What do I win, Johnny?
well, you
All
win a
right.
fabulous and highly responsive phone.
Alrighty. How much is this guy?
Price is TBA, shipping later this year when AT&T makes the final call on that. Haptic touch, so basically when you touch it, it does the vibrating thing and
You're
lets you
into
know
that?
that it's... I actually find it fast. I use an iPhone, so
Okay.
I don't
Well
actually
then.
run into that too often.
I'm gonna go now. No,
It's-
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be interesting to watch, and I think it's going to be interesting. I want to see people drawing on this, because there's enough
I'm gonna draw on
sensitivity
it.
in that screen with the S Pen to actually do that. So
Ooh,
we should point
nice.
out, I've lost you. The touch screen's going.
I have ADD, what can I say? I'm sorry.
If you have ADD, I got the place for you to go. Revision3.com/CES. All of Revision 3's coverage is up there. All the products, all the show, everything you want to see from CES, we've got it for you. Revision3.com/CES. Next live show is going to be 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Our final live show is 3 p.m. on Thursday. And you know what? We're going to bring you a whole bunch more products and a whole bunch more news from CES. I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm Nixie Pixel.
We'll see you on Wednesday.